Hail, you Warhammer players, and welcome to the the definitive podcast for the Warhammer 40k enthusiasts in the inland northwest. Your hosts are me, Jeremy, all day 40k Nakano, and Joey, Bettingfield, Painting Bettingfield. How we doing, Joey?
I'm doing pretty well, actually. Yeah.
That's awesome to hear. You can find me, Jeremy, on TikTok at allday40k, and you can find Joey on Instagram at Bettingfield Painting. Alternatively, you can also support us on Patreon. If you want to support us financially, you don't have to, but we appreciate it if you do. So let's go ahead and jump into what... and I'm sorry, before we do that, today we're talking about... today's episode is titled Better Lists, Better Concepts, Papa John's.
Papa John's.
And we're going to be going over a very interesting list that did very well, a Marine list specifically, and secondarily a Drukhari list as well. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, we do have a Drukhari list.
And then we're also going to jump into Joey and mine's cognitive dissociation with figuring out the correct list for both of us going into the March of McCrag at Real Deal Tabletop coming up on March 21st, 2026, which is just a small GT. So if you're in the area, come and hang out. Or if you want to make a trip, come and hang out. Let us know. We'd love to have you.
Funny enough, too, barring, what do they call it? Data slates. Barring data slates between now and then, which we may or may not get, who knows. We are attending March of McCrag on March 21st. I am attending a GT with my teammates down in Texas, April 11th.
Let's go.
So I will probably play the same list at both events.
Okay. Whatever list that may end up being.
Right. Unless I play it at McCrag and just go, but we'll see.
But before we get to all that, let's talk about what we've been up to lately. I've been hobbying up a lot of stuff. Right now, I currently have 9 Dark Angels bikes that are base coated in colors. So
Nice.
just my orange across the board. So they're there. There's one with some silver on it. I just have some models to base. That includes Adrax. And then I submitted my Forge Father to the paint competition.
Indeed.
Very, very excited to see how all that goes. And then, yeah, that's been my hobby. What about your hobby? What you been up to?
I have been working on demons. Been trying to I had this idea to take anything that I would include in Shadow Legion, because I'm not messing with my chickens, because I kind of like the whole like tropical bird thing that I have going on. So I'm not messing with those. But any of my other demons, I had this idea that because my bases are lava, so what if all of my demons were lava or burning or whatever? So I've been working on that, and I haven't having not spent really any amount of time over the past, honestly, year, really trying at hobby. I am feeling it. It's super frustrating because I still have all of the knowledge, but I'm out of practice and my technique is suffering, and it's frustrating because I do something and I see it and I go, that's not right.
Where did my brush control go?
Right. So we're working on it, and that's okay. It's one step at a time. I think I've painted for at least 10 minutes every day for the past week, which is great.
That's awesome.
So it's just a little bit trying to figure it out. Some of the models have taken, and I'll post them in around. Some people have already seen them. The Flesh Hounds, I think, did they took the concept fairly well.
It looked good.
My Blood Crusher took the concept really well.
Okay. I haven't seen
the
that one.
Nurglings I don't like.
They are tougher.
Yeah.
Nurglings are always interesting to paint. So
yeah. So there's a lot of luckily I have 18 of them. So there's a lot of experimentation that will happen, I think, before I settle on something that I'm happy with for them. But that's okay. The good news is that in the meantime, the base airbrush layers for the molten effect is battle ready.
Nice. That's awesome.
So,
Man, I had a very humbling moment the other night. I was hanging out with Bob over from the Gamers Haven in Spokane.
oof.
You guys should go if you know of it. Um, where he was, I was like, "All right, Bob, I need your feedback. What am I missing?" And then
Oh no.
he laid into me. I was like, "Oh," he's
Just
like, "Do
laid
you
into you
really
for a
want
minute.
feedback?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Mind you, this is all high level because you're a good painter." Okay. And the first thing he said, and it just punched me in the balls, was, "You rely a little too heavily on your airbrush." I'm like, "Damn it. I've been
Sure.
found out."
No.
He's like, "You need to like," he's like, "All the base stuff is really good. The orange is really solid, but everything else requires a more deft touch." He's like, "You gotta start layering with oils. That's really where you need to go, and I could show you how to do so." So I'm really excited to start working with Bob a little bit to up to the next tier so that I can just improve the existing stuff with all of the good base coating with
Hmm.
just better techniques on all the intricate details. So that was very fun. Also, other things that I've been up to. I have completely finished the Caiaphas Cain series um, of books, which were a joy. I mean, you want to talk about not the grimdark? Caiaphas Cain, baby. It is the most lighthearted Warhammer of anything. And I was reminded starkly of that when I got into Gaunt's Ghost. So I'm getting through Gaunt's Ghost now, and oh my god! Number one, it is great. Dan
Yeah.
Abnett, phenomenal writer.
Dan Abnett, one of the best there is.
Yeah, like that dude makes me cry. I'm like, this is good stuff.
Dude, Gaunt's Ghost makes me every single time I listen to anything Gaunt's Ghost related, I want to play guard every time.
Yeah, and then I think about them on the tabletop, and I get sad. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm on to book, I think 3 or 4 of Gaunt's
I'm trying to
Ghost. Not
remember. I'm
not our
actually
guard.
looking now. I'm pulling up my Audible to look because I listen to enough audiobooks or have in the past that I've gotten to care about the narrator.
Oh, yes.
That like there are certain people that I'll look at the book and I'll go, I don't know that I want to listen to that. And I look and I go, oh, it's them. I'll listen.
The narrator for the Caiaphas Cain books, is one of my favorite voices I've ever listened to. It's just like that really pompous British, and it's awesome. Huge fan of that narrator. It took me a minute to get used to the Gaunt's Ghost narrator just because it's such a stark difference. But
That's fair.
as the books have gone, though, the writing has improved, which
Toby
is
Longworth. Okay. I don't know him from anything else.
that's the
Um,
Gaunt's Ghost narrator, right?
yep.
Yeah. Who's
But
the
he
one
does
for
do,
Caiaphas Cain?
he did a great
Let's
job.
bring up
Um,
Gaunt.
I've actually, wow, I got to finish this. I've actually only listened to the first Gaunt's Ghost book.
Dude, they only get better.
I think I've read the first three. I've only listened to the first one. Um, I can only imagine that they get better because like the first one is admittedly a little slow.
It's very slow and it jumps around a lot.
It does jump
Um,
around a lot. What's really interesting though, and I think it's just um, a, a testament to the skill that Dan Abnett has as a storyteller, is
yeah.
that like the stealth like through the craters scene objectively so boring, but in reality, it's cool as shit.
Yeah. Everything
So
like yeah. By the way, the narrator for the Caiaphas Cain books is Stephen Perring and Penelope Rollins.
okay,
Um,
Stephen Pairing is very, very good. I love him. I really like his stuff a lot.
big fan of Perring.
I just bought the new Word Bearers book that I need to listen to,
Ooh.
and that is written by another one of my favorites. But I know him from the Sigmar books, which is David Annandale.
Oh, okay.
He's very, very good, but it's only 10 hours long, so it's pretty short.
Okay. Yeah, I've acquired a bunch of the Siege of Terra books as well. And once I've
Okay.
gotten through all like 16 Gaunt's Ghost books, then I'll move on to those. Audible had a big sale and I got most of them for $4. And I was like, all
Hey,
right, we're just gonna load
look,
up.
yeah, sometimes they got a sale and we jump on the sale. Like
Yep.
that's all
Yep.
there is to it.
And then
Um,
there's I picked up another guard book, 13th
if
Penal
you
Legion. So
oh, okay. I will say what you should listen to, and admittedly biased. But if you want to grab another one and
Okay.
listen to not the Imperium, the most recent Drukari book is Queen of Knives. That's about Lilith. That is current in timeline. It is what she is doing right now. That book is so good.
I am so very willing to check out Xenos books. I am very willing to listen to most Imperium stuff. The more that I have listened to everything Imperial or these lore related, I dislike Chaos more and more, and I don't get how people fall in love with Chaos as a whole. I don't get it.
Okay, so listen to the Black Legion trilogy, and that will help.
I sure.
The Black, well,
Just
it's just very different.
yeah.
I think a lot of people fell in love from the lore of Chaos. A lot of people fell in love with the Heresy Chaos, which is very like colorful and lore heavy and character driven and this whole thing. And the 40K Chaos kind of just lacks that in a lot of spaces.
I'm not mad at my dad. So
And then, maybe you
it's
won't
really
like it.
hard to relate to Chaos, you know?
That's fair. That's fair. It's super easy to just read Gaunt's Coast and go, man, these guys are just in the dirt.
Yeah. They're just like, oh, they're just getting through it. It's frustrating because like everyone hates Gaunt from the upper echelon because they're all a bunch of twitty pricks. And like he makes like Dan Abnett makes me frustrated as I'm reading these books. I'm like, God damn it, Dan Abnett.
Yeah. No.
But
Help
keep
him.
listening because it just keeps getting better and better and better as it goes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All
right.
I'm so excited to open the can of lore in this podcast. It's so
It's
good.
very fun. We'll keep talking about it. I'll get there. I'm cranking through it like a fiend. So I just always have earbuds in to the chagrin of my partner.
Fair. Fair.
Anyway, let's take a quick moment to thank the Baron of Dice.
Ha! Bad roll. That's okay. Because I'm having more fun than you ever do. Even when I roll ones. How do I get you to shut up? Go to Baron of Dice and then buy some dice so that your army is this lame. Then let me take your sister out. What?
All right, now we're back. And what we're going to do is I am
story.
going to go over this very interesting list doing very big things that came out of Cherokee. And for those of you who listen regularly, you know that I'm a Space Marine stan, and I'm not talking about the best Ultramarine list there. What I'm talking about is Noah Neuendorfer's Forge Father Seeker list, which is really cool because I've been putting a lot of work into Forge Father Seekers recently because they're really fun to play. And they answer the
really
meta
cool.
as it stands really well right now. So if you don't know what Forge Father Seekers is, it is the Advance in Charge Space Marine detachment, but specific to playing Salamanders. You bring Forge Father Vulcan, Vulcan Heston. Yeah, Forge Father Vulcan Heston. Not whatever he is. And then you pair him with just a bunch of company heroes, because of course. You bring more about the detachment. Your Infernus Marines have advance, shoot, and action, which is bananas. And it just makes the advance and shoot Space Marine detachment just a little bit better. You still get the +1 strength when within 12. But you also have access to a +2 to your charge strat, which is dope. And I think there's World War, but I forget it. It's okay. Overall, you have access to +1 to Wound Oath, and then as long as you have Vulcan in your list, you effectively have 2 oaths. Because one is reroll wounds and the other is reroll, and of course you have normal oath, which is reroll hits. So what does Noah's list look like? Noah played Vulcan, Captain with Jump Pack, that also had the Immolator enhancement, which is very key for this build. Lieutenant with combi weapon. He had the adamantine mantle, which reduces all damage from meltas and flamas down to 1 damage. The apothecary biologist, so you know what he's going to be paired with. An intercessor squad, because you kind of have to have those. 2 impulsors, because movement is good. 1 aggressor squad with flamestorm gauntlets. 1 veteran vanguard squad with jump backs at 10 man with hand flamers, which the captain goes with, which effectively creates 10d6 plus 10 flamers. They're strength 3. When you fire them, they're strength 4 because of Forge Father Seekers, but none of that actually matters. We'll talk about that. 2 Inferno squads of 5 mans, 1 Infiltrator squad, 1 Incursor squad. So those are 2 interesting additions. 1 set of company heroes for Vulcan, an Eradicator squad, 6 dudes, an Invader ATV with the multi-melta, of course, 1 Hammer Strike, because yes, and a Land Raider Redeemer. And so you have just this conglomeration of stuff. But really, what this list does very effectively is it kills everything it sees. The Land Raider obviously can deal with trash. The Infernus Marines going up to strength 6, 1, 1 are amazing, especially with advanced shoot in action. Your impulsors help them get around and hold stuff. Oh, also, when you have Vulcan, they're OC2. And so they're this incredibly good holding unit. And then something that I've been forgetting to use is every time you do get hit by an Infernus unit is that you have to make a battle shock test at -1, which can be rare, very, very good. What this list does is you can throw your Eradicators into a Redeemer. You run that Redeemer to the middle of the board. You have this massive Overwatch threat that people can't mess with. If people shoot at that Redeemer and can't kill it, you can then spend a CP to pop those guys out, and they get to shoot at what shot them. So if you shoot them with a monster vehicle, they'll probably just kill whatever shot at the Redeemer, which is really good. They have full rerolls hit wound, and damage into monsters and vehicles, making them completely oath agnostic. The real gas of this list, however, is the 10 man with flamers and immolator on the captain, because what they do is that captain reduces CP cost, obviously, once per battle round. And so you target something with Vulcan, and at the beginning of the shooting phase, it says, Meltas and flamers reroll across the board the wound into this target, which is amazing. Because then you go from that 2 CP to that 1 CP strat that makes it so that those flamers do dev wounds. And when you are rolling 6d10, 10d6 plus 10, you're gonna, with rerolls on the flamer, you're likely gonna get anywhere between 15 and 20 mortal wounds into whatever you're shooting. So then what's also really cool is you also have the aggressor squad with the flamers. They're d6 plus 1 flamers. And so they're kind of agnostic to everything else at the same time. And they're just one more thing that can go up. And without the Forge Father's help, you can spend the strat on them potentially instead to do really nasty things. So this list is phenomenal. Like, it just has a lot of answers, has a lot of different units. The stuff that I'm not necessarily super high on, but like, hey, no one knows more than I do, is the Hammer Strike in this list, just because there just aren't a lot of real guns and most of your stuff ignores cover for the most part.
Yeah.
But I guess it goes along with the Eradicators.
I guess it kind of feels to me like it was just the normal Space Marine problem of an awkward number of points left.
Yeah, that's fair. 125, I think, for that.
25, 35, something. Hammer Strike.
The Infiltrator's good because they just kind of hang back and hold your home. Or I guess you could just run them up in the middle of the board too. The Incursors have been proven to be one of the better infantry units available to Marines at this stage.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just a good, well-rounded list. When you poke at something, it dies.
And damn it, I love aggressors.
Aggressors are very cool. I like missile aggressors. I'm like bolter aggressors is just I love that model so much. I have 15
I just like the
of
model
them.
in general. I just like aggressors.
15.
They're just cool dudes. 15's a lot, man.
That's
a lot.
Look, when I started buying Space Marines, I didn't know what I was doing. It was a year
Hey, that's fair.
into the game. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about this Murderer's Row that he went. So his first game was into Grizzled Company, somebody with 1500 elo.
Okay.
Double Dorn Grizzled, for example. Double Dorn Grizzled is objectively very good. It is particularly good into Space Marines, just because you have a crazy volume of guns. It was a pretty decisive win, 85-60, which just means that he pushed over the edge. It wasn't really ever close if it's going to be like that. And so, good opponent, not a bad opponent, not a great opponent, but a good opponent at 1500 elo.
Yep.
His
You
next
keep
game.
talking. I have to grab my charger, but I'm listening.
Yeah, you're good. His next game was into Double Lancer Rage Curse Onslaught. And this player was rocking a 1574 elo, which means that you're into that next echelon of play, that you are probably closer to a 4-1 on average than a 2-3. So 3-2, 4-1 average at most tournaments that you go to. And this was a 90-60 win. And Rage Curse Onslaught, again, is just one of those things that's pretty good. Granted, you do have a lot of great Overwatch opportunities, and not everybody really loves running into that. So he might have had like the list advantage there. The next opponent he had was into a fairly normal Skitarii cohort build, 90-54 win on somebody who has 1800 elo, which means that they're a very good player. One of the favorites to win the tournament.
Yeah, but if anything kills mass, toughness 3, toughness 4, infantry,
Flamers.
even with 5-up invuls and one of them having a 5-up feel no pain, when an army wants to be -1 to hit and have cover, it's pretty good to take that away.
Yep, it is. So he had a pretty good round into that. His next win was into Triple Redeemer Blade of Ultramar, and piloted by none other than Mark Hertel, who was in 1956. Though that was
Good
a
year.
93-53 win.
I have no idea what happened in that year.
You know what? Neither do I.
Hey, who cares? Anyway.
But that's, I mean, considering that is a lot of T12 stuff. He's wounding on 4s, even with +1 to wound. He can get overwatched very easily. Like, these are all things that is pretty cool. So that was a pretty decisive win into that one. Then he played, so he's undefeated so far. Then he plays into Vitrix, 12 Vitrix Honor Guard, Gladius Task Force, so Marines again. This was a 1645 elo, so somebody who just had the right list near the top tables, somebody pretty solid at 1645. Barely pulls that one out, so good for him. And then he plays into his first loss. He loses by 2 points.
In
to
the finals,
2 Rep-X, 2 Vindicators, Blade of Ultramar against somebody who has 1976 elo. I believe this guy took second. His opponent took second. He took third.
What was his name? So Noah took fourth.
Fourth.
And then is it Zach Point?
Yes.
Yeah, they got second. And his the other Space Marines, the Jake Herod, Jake got 8th place, also very, very good.
Yeah. So he played a lot of really good players. And then his final was into Double T-Fex Vanguard, which is very threatening. And he just kind of raffle stomped that game at 88-47. So he only lost one game by 2 points, which means that he could have very well won that game.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is one of those things that, in my opinion, is just one, like, as someone who's been playing Marines the entire edition, seeing a list like this really excites me because of the fact it's different, because of the fact that it's not just another Ultramarine list. Ultramarines are great. I love playing Ultramarines, but man, what a cool list this is. And I've played 3 games trying to figure out how to play this stuff, or this list. 2 of them have been disastrous. And then one I played into when I got a 1 point victory. Um, so it feels good. I really enjoy playing it. I am considering doing the Eradicator thing, but I really like Vindicators too. So trying to find the happy balance there is pretty tough. But
Yeah.
yeah, this is, in my opinion, one of the most interesting lists from the weekend, just because it's really cool to see a largely forgotten about detachment come out of the wood.
hmm Yeah. Very fair. Very,
So
very fair.
what are your thoughts overall on Forge Fathers
Um,
playing into it?
I we've talked about it before, right? Like I think Forge Fathers is so good. Um, and like really for every army I play, it's terrifying because my armies are either mass infantry toughness 4, toughness 3, or big, which you're just gonna blow away with flamers, or they're monster mash based, which you're gonna do 16 mortal wounds and kill one, and that's bad. So like it's it's tough. Really, and I am a melee player, and um Flamer Overwatch is just too good. Um,
Very
Not for the
nice.
health of the game. It's incredible. It's too good against me, and it's it's terrifying. So
Yeah, I really like the ability to say you don't want to walk here, or you know, I've done plays in the past where somebody did like a marked for death, and they were like, "This unit is marked for death." I'm like, "Okay, no problem." And then I parked a redeemer next to it, and I said, "Okay, if I'm going to keep marked for death, if you move that unit, it will die."
right. Yep. It's
Otherwise, I will
yeah.
kill it next turn and keep it. Like it's fine.
It
So
had
like
up until our last game, it had been a while since I played against Redeemers, and boy did I not miss them.
they are
Like,
brutal. That they deserve to cost as much as they do.
yeah, they do. They deserve every single one of those points.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is interesting to run around without a CP generator. So
Mhm.
I'm with the normal people, but as long as you have a captain, it feels less bad in the end. So
Yeah, that's
anyway,
fair.
that is my submission for the interesting list doing big things. What about you? Let's hear about your list that you wanted to
Okay,
talk
so
about today.
I am gonna talk about this Drukhari list, but I'm gonna do it in the order that I was going to talk about it, and then I'll
Okay,
explain the order that I actually found out what happened. So, this list is Drukhari. It is Kabalite Cartel, or as I have decided to call them, the cartel without drugs, which is fun.
sounds like a pretty shitty cartel to be in.
Honestly, you would think so, but the detachment's insane. So this was piloted by a very good friend of mine, actually one of the members of the very first team that I was on down in Mississippi, a guy by the name of Ethan Davis. Um, he took this down to Cherokee and got 25th,
Nice.
um, and best Drukhari,
Okay.
with 511 as his record. He lost round 2 to a Tau player by the name of Seth Piper, which
Pretty good person to lose to, I hear.
yep, which
I believe he
anybody
won the tournament?
astute, yeah, anyone astute looking at Cherokee will realize that that man won the tournament. Um, that game was 67-71.
That's a pretty close
So
game.
that's a pretty close game. He then drew round 3 into a triple bird scintillating legion, which he
Okay.
has no business drawing.
No. No.
Um, Especially that list is very interesting. It was Be'lakor, Karos, 2 birds, um, no demon prince, but he has 15 screamers.
It's a lot of bullshit.
That's a lot of it's 2 6-mans, and it's just like I don't know how to fucking kill these guys.
Have fun getting through this garbage. Have it.
If he makes 4-ups, I'll lose. But he ended up drawing that game with a 78,
Wow.
and then proceeded to win his last 4 games. scoring him 25th place. So this list, Cabalite Cartel, is really cool. So you pick a unit at the start of your start of the game. You pick a unit in your opponent's army, and then depending on what you pick, or they become your contract. Depending on what you pick, your Cabalite units your Cabal units and your Blades for Hire, which is the really important thing, get an ability associated with that thing. So if you pick infantry or mounted, then you get your entire army gets sustained hits against infantry and mounted units, not your contract unit, all of them.
Whoa. This is quite
If you
literally
pick,
the worst thing I could play into
yes,
with my Dark Angels. Got it.
yeah. If you pick a monster or a vehicle, then your entire army basically it's everything in this list. It's everything except for vehicles.
Wow.
So your entire army is getting lethal hits against monsters and vehicles. And then the only one that cares about the specific contract unit will give your entire army precision against the character. If you ever kill your contract, then you lose the abilities. At the start of your command phase, after you kill your contract, you gain 3 pain tokens, and then you can spend 1 CP to make a new contract.
Well, that's obvious. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
Pretty good.
it's great. So what we have is 2 naked Archons, because they are just good. Their pain ability provides full hit rerolls.
Which means
we
there's a
have-
bunch of incubi, right?
Yeah. Because incubi are Blade for Hire. Notably, it's incubi, mandrakes, and scourges.
Oh, gross.
So 2 naked Archons. 1 Archon with the enhancement Towering Arrogance, which gives his unit +1 leadership and +1 OC,
Cool. Okay.
which is interesting. You're creating OC3 Cavalite Warriors or OC2 Incubi.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Also, Archon's new thing, and I just haven't used them this codex really, but their new thing, they're basically, they have like the Judiciary ability. Every time they kill something, they get stronger.
Fun. Okay.
So that's cool. Then we have Drazar, the Master of Blades.
I hear he was a pretty good model once.
Yeah, he's so good. I want, like, a part of me wants to play this really just to put Incubi and Drazar back on the table. We also have Lady Malice, who's one of the best units in the codex.
Yep. You bring her
He did play Lilith and 10 Witches, which are one thing that are not getting the bonuses.
But that's still a really good unit.
It's still just a good unit. Since Cherokee, he has taken them out of his list.
Okay.
But we have 2 units of Cabalite Warriors with
Nice.
all of the fixins. So Blast Pistol, Grenade Launcher, Blaster, Dark Lance, Shredder, Splinter Cannon. That's that. So for, I guess, Space Marine players, we have Inferno Pistol, Melt-A-Gun, Las Cannon, Strength 6 Flamer, Heavy Bolter.
That's a really good squad of stuff.
It's a good squad of stuff. They also have Sticky, and they get combat squatted and in Venoms.
Wow. That's a lot.
Their pain ability is reroll wound rolls of 1, and then if their target is on an objective, it's
Reroll.
full wound rerolls. So with an Archon, they reroll absolutely everything.
Wow, that seems really good.
Yep. So he ran 1 unit with a Archon in a boat so that they didn't get smaller, and then ran the boat forward, got the warriors out, and said, "Here's rerolling everything. Oh my god, your thingy on the middle is dead."
Nice.
So we've got 2 Raiders with Dark Lances, and we have 4 Venoms with double Splinter Cannon, because of course we do.
Yep.
We're never going to take a Splinter Rifle.
Nope.
15 Incubi, 3x3. Exactly what they should be.
Yep.
Their pain ability is Dev Wounds into Infantry.
Lovely.
Cool. They're also just 5/2/2, so that's cool. We like that. 1 unit of Mandrakes, already a fantastic unit, and then they get extra rules in this, which is super cool. 2 Ravagers. He ran them with disintegrator cannons, which is an interesting choice.
Okay. Why is that?
And they're just like disintegrator cannons haven't really seen play since like 7th edition.
What's the profile?
Let's pull it up right now. I believe it's 633.
That seems pretty good.
I'm pulling it up. It is. My God, open.
633
It's 632.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So
Because if
it's
633
36
was
inch.
the reality, that would be everywhere.
Yeah, that would be everywhere. Yeah. So it's 36 inch range, 3 shots, 632, and it has 3 of them, so it's 9 shots. At 632, and then keep in mind that a Ravager is a Cabal unit, so it will have either sustained or lethal.
Sexy.
And then he has 1 unit of Darkland Scourges.
Of course, you always need a few D6 plus 2 weapons.
Always need a few D6 plus 2 weapons that have lethal or sustained.
That sounds so cool.
It's super cool.
That's like, it's so weird. It's so fun. Space Marines have 100 detachments, but not one of those detachments.
No, not one of those. And Raven Guard could have been this.
Yeah, like any of the first company detachments, any of the 5 first company detachments that we have could have been this.
Yeah.
But hey, we're getting another one soon. Maybe that one will have access to either sustained or lethal.
It won't. Not with Oath.
It's going to be another
That's
first
the problem.
company.
Well, it's because Oath is what's stopping you from getting that.
Correct. Yeah. Oath of Moment is a hamstrung ability.
Yep. Which is that's the issue. I don't know. And they've shown it with Black Templars that they can write rules that are good enough to replace it.
Yeah. Just imagine if we had done, like, let's say all the, you know what? Let's not get into it.
Yeah. Anyway,
we don't need to fix Oath of Moment tonight.
So I went and I looked and I was like, he lost to Tau. Who's this guy? Turns out it's the guy that won.
Right.
This list is also crazy.
The Tau list?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it? Montcalm?
So it's Montcalm.
Uh-huh.
How many Riptides?
There's got to be 3, right?
1.
Whoa.
1.
Whoa.
1.
All right.
He's got 2 Ghost Keels.
Okay.
2
like
Piranhas.
Yep.
1 Vespid, 1 Stealth Suit, 1 Pathfinder.
Okay.
We'll go up to the characters now. Shadow Sun, obviously. Firesight team, interesting.
Very interesting.
That is a cool unit. He's got an Enforcer with Exemplar of the Montcalm, and he has a Cold Star with Strike Swiftly, and he has Farsight himself.
I love a Cold Star.
I love a Cold Star. I love a Farsight.
Yeah, it feels weird that you can have a Farsight and the girl in there. Aren't they like antithetical to each other?
No, they're fine.
Okay.
It's the other their septs are different. You can't take Farsight and Ethereals.
Right, that's it.
Now, that's not 2,000 points.
What else is there?
So then what we have is five units of various crisis suits.
That's so fun.
That's 15 crisis suits.
I love that.
He's got 2 units with missiles. Wait. Yeah, 2 units with missiles, 1 unit with plasma, 1 unit with... Okay. Ugh. 1 plasma, 2 missile, 2 fusion.
Is that... And there's 6 wounds, aren't they?
I think they're 5. They might be 6 with drones.
I don't know.
Hold on.
That's a lot of wounds.
It's weird. It is a lot of wounds of stuff. The weird part is that like their only toughness 5. That's what feels really bad about crisis suits.
Oh, that's fair.
But like, no, yeah, they really should be, right? They're bigger than Terminators.
Yeah. But when you have all of those different varieties of guns and the ability to advance and shoot, you just can just get to
You
what
just
you need
do
with
it.
what you need to get there with.
Yeah. Well, and each of them has a different ability because they're all made to shoot at different things.
Right. Which is
So
great. So it's a
he
lot of
just doesn't have
variety.
the anti-infantry unit, which is fine. I really do like that unit, but he didn't take those.
Doesn't need.
I guess no list can be perfect, but here we are. Okay, so Sunforge. They're 5 wounds. They're 4, and then they get 1 shield drone to go to 5.
Okay.
But it's 2 units with fusion that are rerolling wounds and damage against monsters and vehicles, and he has 2 of those that they have assault. Like it's very, very good.
It sounds good, yeah.
They're also the Sunforge, the anti-vehicle, anti-monster ones. They're the only ones that have a 4-up invul. So they do some stuff.
I love it when you see lists do really good in an event that everybody's just kind of been like, nah, you don't play that stuff.
Right. Like
Cool.
it's lists like this and moments like this, because like you can look like this is the Cherokee Open, right? Like this isn't chumps off the street. Granted, there are some, sure, but there's 400 people there.
Yeah, 400 people, and it's Midwest.
Yeah.
Midwest is a shock thing.
Mideast? East?
Cherokee isn't it Midwest? I have no idea.
I don't remember. Yes, Michigan? Is it Michigan?
I have no idea.
Overview. I'm here. It is. Oh, I'm so dumb. It's in Cherokee, North Carolina.
Okay, so south.
East Coast. Yeah,
right?
south, East Coast.
Yeah. Okay.
Either way, there's a ton, like probably over 100 very talented players, and it's lists like this because you can look at the final placements and see armies that are meta relevant, fully expected to be there. Tons of big names that are not a surprise that are doing well. And you see lists like this, and this is pure skill expression.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a good player saying, no, these things are good. Watch. Like
watch me do it.
It's so cool.
It really is. I love seeing shifts and changes because the meta is so fascinating as it is right now, with people running all these Catan, people running lots of demons. Demons are super prevalent right now.
Lots of demons, lots of Catan.
And just finding ways to like around and overcome. Like, congratulations to these guys for really bringing interesting stuff to the table. That is all unique. We have, like, we just went over 2 detachments that are fairly unique that very few people play, and then 1 Tau list that is in and of itself heresy to the rest of the Tau community by playing
wildly different.
A Cult Star and a bunch of suits, which is like the 9th edition special.
A Cold Star, a Enforcer, and Farsight. Nobody plays Farsight.
Yeah.
But also, tell me why nobody plays Farsight. He's 85 points.
I know. He's amazing. I don't understand it.
Like,
people are just scared, man.
It's unreal.
It is. Well, did you want to go over any other cool lists before we jump into our next segment?
I think those are like the most. I do want to see. So the 3rd place is a Votan, and I do want to see what. Oh, it's Hearthband. All right, never mind. I don't care anymore.
Okay. All right.
Although his list name is funny.
What is it?
So he's playing Hearthband. I brought 2003 Wi-Fi speed and a bad trauma response. Good luck.
Nice. All right. With that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick moment to go ahead and give a shout out to our friendly local gaming stores. Starting with, of course, Real Deal Tabletop over in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dale, for always creating and promoting a really just like what I want to call out specifically to that store is the growth of the competitive community over the last couple of years to have a very warm and welcoming environment that I encourage everybody, if you're in the Coeur d'Alene area, to go and check it out. It's an awesome community. Go have fun. The next store I would like to make a very heartfelt celebration of is Of course, the Gamers Haven in Spokane, run by Bob. Uh, Bob, of course, is the guy who brought Warhammer to the Pacific Northwest. That's more or less his claim to fame. Um, and he's been in the area in the business, getting people in the community to play, knowing a bunch of the people that we know since they were just kids, coming to his store and him teaching them the game for the last 26 years. So, if you are in Spokane, the Gamers Haven is a must stop. Go check it out. It's a beautiful store, uh, filled with a really, really strong competitive community. And the final friendly local gaming store that I will always make a shout out to is always Windy City Toys and Collectibles out in Ellensburg, Washington. If you are somewhere in between the West Side and Spokane, make a stop in Ellensburg. Go see Bailey and go buy some stuff from his shop. He's an awesome guy, and he has a GT going on this weekend, mind you. So if you want to go and quickly get some games in, you absolutely should sign up. Again, that's Windy City Toys and Collectibles in Ellensburg, Washington.
And if you're not sure if you should go or not, he's one of the only GTs in the country that is giving cash prizes.
Yeah, just one of those,
which
just
is
like,
crazy.
the pot goes in and he takes care of it. And he just recently moved stores, so he can accommodate a larger space. Hey Bailey, we love you. We also love you, Bob. And we love you, Dale.
Let me talk about Squadmarks. Thank you, Squadmarks. Please go buy Squadmarks if you are like me and don't like waiting for glue to dry on your model that's upside down while you put a magnet on it. Then buy Squadmarks. We have these, so they don't, at least not that I've seen yet. We don't have like commercials for them or not. So this is a Squadmark right here. We've got, boom, it's this guy. This is one of the older ones too. So the magnet is touching your tray. On the newer ones, the magnet goes on the inside, and then there's a little thin bit of plastic and then your tray, so that even when they get old, the magnet isn't going to fall off because it's on the inside of the mark. But you've got your little thingy here and your little marker. So we're going to take our cool little rust stalker who doesn't have anything. Poor guy. He's never going to stick to anything. And we're going to take our Squadmark and we just clip him in it. And he's done. He's magnetized and he's marked. They come in a bunch of different colors. So I got this one. And then I can have another squad that's like white or blue or red or whatever and say, that's my 5 and that's my 5. And it's that easy. And they're awesome. So go buy some.
Go get some Squadmarks. It's if you don't want to paint special marks on your boys, just go get some little magnets that do it for you.
Get some dudes.
Yeah.
They are already cheap. Like they're comparable to just buying magnets for no work at all. And you also get a discount if you use our code. So
that's
pretty
Yop
cool.
40K.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, so dude, what the fuck are we playing?
I'm like, look, I made a pretty hard commitment to Dark Angels at the beginning of the year. And as much as I want to play Dark Angels, I'm coming to the realization that my paint on all my new stuff is better. And fuck.
Yeah.
And also, it is really fun to play Salamanders. I will say that. Man, they are a joy. It's such a different play style. And it is. It makes the more games I play with it, the better of a player I become, because it's less, I stand here and don't die, and more, I have to put things in the right places at the right time.
Yeah. Yep. And think about things.
It's wild. Thinking about stuff is hard.
And that's the testament to Space Marines, right? Is that you get to do things like that you get to try something new and like just day and night difference of play style and list, and have the same army. So
yeah. So
cool.
that's where I'm leaning. It's either Wrath of the Rock, where with my bikes, which I would have to like kind of press to finish. So I'm less leaning in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Probably leaning towards Forge Father Seekers because fuck, it's fun to play.
Yeah.
Or a Gladius Wrath of the Rock, or not, I mean a Gladius Dark Angels
Dark Angel. Yeah.
with double Executioner, which is
Nah.
fun. Is
Nah.
fun.
Nah. No.
Storm of
That
Fire
sounds awful. Don't do that.
on an Executioner is a drug that like
Mm-mm.
everybody should try once.
No, that seems really bad. I probably wouldn't play that.
It's
Maybe
really
ever.
good. Oh, and finally, of course, there's always Blade of Ultramar, double X, double Vindy.
Yeah.
Which is just great.
No. In all seriousness, I want to see you play Forge Fathers, right? Like I've played against it. I think it's great. We just spent 30 minutes talking about how it is clearly very good. Yeah, it needs to be played with thought and care. Which to me is more fun. But like it has all the answers to all of the things that the meta is afraid of.
True. Lots of flamers.
And it isn't like overly inherently weak to any of those things either. Because lots of armies have answers and can deal with something, but also just immediately lose to it if they get attacked by it. So, and you kind of don't, which is great. I think it's super cool. Yeah, I think it's super, super cool.
Yeah. Hey, Vulcan also could potentially win me a small paint competition.
He certainly could. He very well might.
Very well might. We'll see.
I know
so.
I voted for him, so we'll see.
I was like, "Hey Dale, do we get to vote for our own stuff?" He said, "Yeah." Like, great.
Yeah. Now, Dale decided to be a jerk and put my model next to his model. So I guess I won't make it out of round 1, but whatever.
That matchup. I was kind of like,
Yeah.
Because his is real clean. Like Dale's
His is very,
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 clean.
very good. Dale is a fantastic painter. And that's like, he posted those pictures and I immediately messaged him. I was like, dude, what the fuck? He was like, oh, I voted for you. I was like, that's cool. I vote for you. Like, what? So, it's fine though. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm certainly leaning in the
cool.
Forge Fathers direction for
Yeah.
my list, just because my models are beautiful. All I have to do is there's like 5 infantry I have to paint and 5 I have to base.
Easy.
Yeah, easy enough.
Easy peasy.
So that's probably where I'm going to go. But Blade of Ultramar is really tempting because double X, double Vindy is really fun to play.
Yeah, but you can also just run double X with Dark Angels in Gladius.
I could. I absolutely could. So we'll figure it all out. Anyway, you have the more questions that you're asking.
Yeah, listen, man, I got questions, and I right now don't have answers. I'll tell you that.
All right. So where were you initially? What were your thoughts?
So I have been all over the place the past like week and a half.
You?
I know. Me not knowing where I'm at, being all over, no way, right?
You're known for your very hard decision making. Well, ahead of time.
Yep. My perfect planning and hard cut decision making. So I posted in my team Discord and I had finally cut it down. I thought I had cut it down to 3. Realistically, there's 4 lists that I've been looking at. So those are Triple Chicken, Scintillating Legion, which is objectively very, very good. I have a Shadow Legion list that I do believe is good. We have played a game, and then you and I are the ones that made the edits to that list. So I do think that list is good. It is also vastly closer to my natural playstyle.
Yep, that's a good list.
It's a good list. I then have a similar but different take on the Cabalite Cartel that I could play, which is interesting, and it's a weird one. I'll explain. I'll get into detail, but and then my other one is AdMech, which is just also objectively good.
Yeah, I think they're You have a lot of really cool options. For those of you who are not part of the real deal meta, it is a very kind of run at you kind of place. There's a lot of
Mhm.
people who just want to get stuck in real quick out there. Which is why Scintillating Legion is a pretty it just created question marks, right, Joey?
Yep. Yeah, so that's the I've played 2 games with it now into heavy melee pressure, high damage lists. Um, and those are bad matchups. On paper, those are bad matchups. Turns out, on the tabletop, also bad matchups. Um, I played the second list that I played against. I mean, both of them were world leaders, funny enough, but they were both wildly different world leaders. Um, I played against Dale today with it's actually Corn Demonkin world leaders, a list that I made for him. Um, that list fucks, and I don't know what to do against it. Realist, honestly, um, it's Angron, Scarbrand, Bloodthirster, Lord of Skulls, trash,
Ew.
and it's way more trash than it should be. 2 units of
100
flesh hound.
dogs.
It's 2 units of flesh hounds, 2 units of jackals, a rhino, a unit of spawn, and a unit of bloodletters.
Okay.
For
There's a
like,
lot of junk, and then there's
it's
just
a lot of trash,
and
and
then
then
you have that
4
really annoying Lord of
bombs.
Skulls that just
Yeah.
pops out. It's like, I'm toughness 13-3 up.
Yep. I'm toughness 13. Here's 8 attacks. And you're like,
Yeah, at
no, stop,
8-2-2 or
please.
whatever, or
Oh, no,
with
no.
the
His
swing. Yeah.
sweep is 18 attacks.
I was sorry, I was talking about his guns.
His guns are also great. Yeah. And then after that,
Brutal.
you've got Scarbrand with 6 damage. And then you also have a fucking Bloodthirster. And then you also have an Angron, maybe 2. Like,
Yeah. That's a cool
it's
list.
tough. That list is so cool. And it tries to, because it has the little blood tide thing. So it's essentially like bursting to 5 blood tides so that it can spend it. And then your demons get your blessings of corn for the rest of the game,
Oh.
which is awful when
That
Scarbrand and the
sucks.
Bloodthirster are rerolling charges and have sustained hits. It's
Fun.
crazy. Yeah, it's
It is
sick.
a list that absolutely like murders everything, but then can also just die.
It can just die. It definitely can. And we have talked about that. The strength of it is that your 4 bombs all have, well, I guess the Lord of Skulls actually only has a 5-up invul, which is
Only a
weird.
5 up. Yeah, he dies. He's pretty easy to kill.
But Angron, Scarbrand, Bloodthirster are all T11 and all have 4-ups.
Yep. And so you just hope the dice are good to you.
That's it.
Because if they're a little good to you, they kill whatever they touch, which is awesome.
Yeah, pretty much. It's
That's
real,
rad.
real good.
Yeah, that'll be really
So-
cool to play into. That'll be super fun, actually.
And they have a strat that I love, but it essentially you put the Bloodletters in Deep Strike, and it, for all intents and purposes, it makes the Rhino a dedicated transport for the Bloodletters, and it's hilarious.
Because they can pop in next to it. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Like
when the Rhino
6 inch?
dies, then they Deep Strike next to it.
Can they
and so
deep
you go
strike? And that's on my
outside of
turn?
9 still. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your turn when you kill something, and it's anything, but it's when you kill something, then they arrive as close as possible outside of 9.
Okay.
So,
That's cool.
which is cool.
Yeah, that's super fun. Yeah, okay. So
Anywho, so I got my ass kicked.
makes sense because
It was
Scintillating
bad.
Legion does not play well into that.
No. I killed the Lord of Skulls.
Objectively, the easiest thing to deal with in that entire list.
Yes, because I can, like, my chickens can lethal hits Scarbrand, Angron, Bloodthirster all day long, and when he
Easy.
rolls 5 out of 5, followed by 4 out of 4 4-ups, I'll just go sit down.
Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes that happens, right?
yeah, and sometimes it does, right? And that's just the way that it is. That's the game we play. But yeah, it's a bad matchup, and I knew it was, but yeah, it's tough. But there's so much like melee pressure that gets played there, and not even from everybody there, right? Like we talked about it, Chansey's gonna be there.
Yeah, Yep,
He's
Chansey
going to be
always
playing.
plays some pressure Tyranids, which is
He's going to
have
be
deal
playing
with.
some form of pressure Tyranids, and if he plays Raveners, then I'll really get fucked.
Yeah, Raveners are fucking hard to deal with if you
Because
don't have -1 wound.
well, they don't even -1 doesn't matter because anti and twin linked, like anti and twin linked as a combination of keywords is insane.
Yeah, Raveners are great. They bounce off of Wrath of the Rock, but nothing else really.
Right. But not really anything else. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. So after those 2 games, I am kind of not feeling super great about Scintillating Legion in this area. One, that right, it just naturally the play style of the area is kind of opposite to what it wants to be doing, and then it is also against my play style. So there are kind of essentially 2 hurdles I have to overcome if that's what I want to play, which doesn't feel great.
Yep. I mean,
Um,
let's take a quick let's just take a quick review of like the talent that will be there. So number 1, obviously there's me playing some level of Space Marines. I'm not number 1.
whoa.
I'm the
Oh, yeah.
easiest one to talk about because I'm me. And I have everything for the most meta builds. And then we have Dina, who is rocking the worst Custodes list to ever been put on the table for the most part.
Mhm.
A triple Land Raider and like 40 dudes, which how do you deal with that? It's really hard. We also have Wyatt, who won the last tournament, rocking some form of a bunch of CSM stuff, likely Vindicators and Demon Engines galore. He's very good at playing them because you stand on objectives and you just die. Yeah.
Paul.
Anyone else you want to call out
We've got
specifically as like
Paul. Paul's going to be
Paul? Of course,
playing
yes. Paul's a very high
probably some
quality
form
player.
of Chaos Knights.
Yeah.
Paul is a very talented player. We do have Kirk.
Yeah. Oh, how could I forget Kirk? My bad. Kirk, who is the current
Yeah,
menace
fuck
of
you,
the
Kirk.
region. I think he's undefeated right now, which is crazy.
I don't know, man.
And then
Yeah,
Bryce.
I mean, yeah,
Bryce is always good. Another demon player. So, like,
yeah.
we have a lot of players playing big, good things that they're good at. Now, after all of this conversation so far, I would really like to hear your thoughts on what you're playing, what you're considering for AdMech.
Okay.
So, what
I
is the
can.
AdMech list you're thinking about bringing?
It's at least 400 points of weird,
Okay.
but
I think I know what those 400 points are.
no. So we've got the need for Screed.
Okay.
So it's Call. And another character that we'll get to in a minute.
Okay.
It's 2 units of Rangers, 1 unit of Vanguard, 1 of the transports, a unit of 2 Las chickens, 2 units of bats, 2 units of 5 infiltrators, 2 units of ruststalkers, 1 unit of 5, and 1 unit of 10, and then 2 onager dune crawlers because
Love that.
neutron lasers. Fuck. They're 16 AP4 D6 plus 2 damage. Seems good. They also give infantry within 6 inches of them a 4-up invul in the shooting phase, which is hilarious. Then we have 4 Castellan robots.
400 points of weird.
400 points of weird. Here they come. 4 Castellan robots with double punchy and flamers.
Yeah.
Which they are like, they're super heavy flamers because they are 611. Yeah.
Awesome.
611 AP1, like, ignore cover, obviously, but that's cool. The fists are quite
Disaster.
good. They're 12-2-3 with twin linked because I have 2
Solid
of them.
damage. Yeah.
And then because of the character that we'll talk about, they're actually 6 attacks.
So
Anyway,
that's 4
that's
dudes with 6 attacks
cybernetic.
each at 12-2-3.
Yeah, with
Brutal.
twin linked.
With twin linked. That's so brutal.
It's so brutal. So then we have the Cybernetica Data Smith, and his enhancement, the vanilla wafers. It's the transocular dyad wafer,
Oh, and what does
or
that do for him? That's
or
permanent.
vanilla wafer.
That's
It's
permanent
permanent.
double what you call, right?
No, it's permanent creed target.
Oh. So they always
Which
get either movement or whatever else, right?
Yes, and they don't count as one of your picks. They just have it. So you still get to pick 2 units, and then the robots always are a third one.
I don't know if it's a good list, but I really like this list
Yeah. I
because
don't
it
know if it's a
sounds
good list
fun.
either. Because I still have a, in my opinion, acceptable number of trash units.
Yes.
I still have good shooting in 2 dune
Monitors.
crawlers
Yep.
and a unit of chickens.
Yep.
Um, the Castellan robots are a kind of crazy melee threat
Just
if
a
they get
meat
there.
wagon. Yep.
Just a big meat wagon. We still have call. I still have a unit of 10 ruststalkers that are going to go in transport and 1 turn move, I don't know, 20 something inches,
Pretty fast.
and kill something.
Yeah.
Like it has the things. The difference is like the Castellan robots would probably turn into, like, I was running breachers before. Or maybe not breachers, no. I was running destroyers, plasma destroyers before.
Mhm.
Which like Overwatch on 5s and
Pretty cool.
reroll their hazardous tests on their plasma, and like that's cool. Um, but also like they're T6 infantry with a 6 up invul, and they just kind of die. Because Overwatching on 5s, while very good, isn't good enough to stop a charge.
No.
So they'll still get charged and die, which has happened every time I've played them. So it would be those and then like 2 more trash units, but I just like the robots are just cool.
I think the best part about playing this list is number 1, no one knows what your army does.
No.
Number 2, it's almost a guaranteed best in fact.
Sure. Sure.
Which is always nice.
Yeah.
So that's good because there's a lot of demons at this turn.
There's a lot of demons. And hey, robots can kill demons
Robots can kill demons pretty effectively, I might add.
pretty effectively. Pretty effective.
So far that's the direction I would encourage you to go. However, I would like to hear your version also of the Cabalite list.
Yeah, let's do
going?
that. Let's run down this guy real quick.
Yeah.
Where are we? Here we go. This is Cartel with a K. Cartel.
As long as there aren't 3, we're good.
No, there's not. No 3, just 1K. 1K for the Cartel. That's it. At most, there could be 2 if we cared about the Cavalite keyword.
All right. Let's just not have a.
No, we're getting dangerous. It's just 1. Anyway,
It's just one.
I have a Naked Archon.
Naked Archon.
I have an Archon with a different enhancement called
Ooh.
Informant Network.
Oh, what's that do?
Which is a super cool name for an enhancement. But what that does is in the declare battle formation step, it gives up to 3 units of Cabalite Warriors or Hand of the Archon units infiltrate.
Oh, not a redeploy? Oh, well that's what these guys get.
I don't need that because that's what Malice already does.
Oh.
So 3 units, up to 3 units, get infiltrate. What's super cool about that is that I'm going to combat squad them first.
Okay.
Or rather after, right? I give the unit infiltrate and then I combat squad them. And I do whatever I want. Now,
Because elves.
Now, notably, that enhancement is 30 points.
Sorry, what?
That enhancement is 30 points.
That's like that's more than most of your units.
It's up there. It's up there. We then have Drazar Master Plates, and we have Lady Malice. I have 2 units of Cabalite Warriors that are loaded out exactly the same way as Ethan's. That is the way that they should be loaded out. I have 5 Venoms.
It's a lot of Venoms.
It's a lot of Venoms. It's a lot of heavy bolters.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. Um, I have a Kronos because I have a feeling, unlike um, because this list is a much more aggressive killy and not slow, like primary denial like Spectacle of Spite is, then pain token management might be a problem. So we have a
Okay.
Kronos,
Fair enough.
who is 55 points. So why not?
Sure. Practically free.
Practically free. Honestly, for T7, 7 wounds, he's free.
Pretty much, yeah.
I then have 1 unit of Hand of the Archon.
Okay.
Hand of the
That's
Archon
always a
are
great set of tools.
really, really cool.
Very objectively strong, yes.
Objectively very strong. They have a 6 of Invul, like everything does. They're basically Cavalite warriors. They get less special weapons in a different configuration than Cavalite warriors do. But at the start of the first battle round, I pick one objective marker on the battlefield. It can be any of them. And if my unit is on that objective, I get a 5 of Invul and OC3.
That's nice. You are good at rolling 5s.
I am. They also have Scout 7, which is cool. And then their pain token ability is if you, with the exception of blasters, blast pistols, and dark lances, all of their attacks, shooting and fighting, have lethal and precision. So
Nice.
if you pick infantry and you're getting sustained, then you're lethal, sustained, precision on everything,
Very good.
which is great.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. They also get one of them has a banner, which is +1 OC for him. So one of them is randomly OC4. They have the smoke keyword because that's funny. And once per turn, they can blanket damage on a toughness 3 body, which is hilarious.
Oh, you bounced my bolter around.
Oh no. For only 10 points more than warriors. Seems pretty good.
Yeah, that's all right.
So and they can also get split in a venom. So what happens is like the warriors get split, the Hand of the Archon gets split. An amount of them are infiltrating. Other ones are around. So then we have, let's see, because I did have to take off another enhancement, which was unfortunate, but it's okay. I have 2 units of 5 Hellions just as a cheap, fast skirmish unit.
Everybody loves cheap and fast.
Everybody loves cheap and fast. I have 2 units of Incubi,
Incubes.
which is fine.
They're
Like
also
I
well
do,
painted, so that's
they are
nice.
well painted.
Yeah.
I did want 3 units. They just kind of didn't quite fit with the other things that I knew I wanted. And I have 10 that are well painted, and 5 of them are fine. So there's that. I've got 1 unit of Mandrakes. Originally, I had a second unit, but since my warriors are going to infiltrate, it doesn't really matter. I have 1 Ravager with 3 Dark Lances. Which I don't know. Maybe Disintegrators are interesting, but the Dark Lances are very good. The Ravagers, I guess, important. Their ability is reroll hit rolls of 1 if they're shooting something at starting strength.
Interesting.
Nope, sorry. The hit roll.
Oh, so full
So
rerolls to anything full
it's-
wounds.
Yep, full hit rerolls against something starting strength. It's pretty good. They're also T9, which is cool.
That is nice.
And then I've got 2 units of Darklance Scourges.
Which is, in this meta, is super necessary.
Oh, and 1 unit of Bikes.
So much stuff. All right. So, overall, you have Scintillating Legion, which we don't feel strong about. We have Shadow Legion, which is your natural playstyle and good. We have your robots. And then we have your Drukari list.
Yes.
Abolite. 2Ks, not 3s club.
Yep. It is notable. I have my list titled Cartel spelled with a K. Cabalite Cartel is spelled with a C.
That's good. Okay.
So
That's fine.
Throw it in there.
So those are the 4 lists that you're under consideration of. I have my thoughts on where I think you want to be. Where do you think you want?
Right now, I can say fairly certainly that scintillating is the bottom of that list. Um, if it's really like legitimately, if it's actually a consideration at all, which it might not
Sure. It
even
might not be,
be.
yeah.
Um, I do have like I am thinking about what all of these lists have something that needs to be painted.
Okay.
Um, Obviously, I know what that is, which makes me think about it differently, but none of them are unattainably paintable. They are all doable within the next 2.5 weeks.
You just have to make a decision now.
Yeah, I just really need realistically make that decision now.
Okay.
Um, I think I've been leaning towards Shadow Legion as a main and then potentially AdMech. Um, I wasn't heavily considering Drukari, and it's just one of those ones that, like, obviously I love them, and, like, the more that I talk about it, the more I'm interested in it because I do think that detachment's insane and people just haven't played it that much.
Okay.
Um,
So
yeah.
when I listened to you talk about all 4 of these lists, there was one where you were talking and you seemed to be really excited and kind of glowing about it when you were talking about it. And it's the Cavalite Cartel. So I think you should play that because that's where I think your heart is glowing mostly. Because you're gonna look at your Castellan list and you're gonna be like, it's kind of memey and you don't want to play that.
It
It's
is
cool.
I did take the time to put it all because I had my AdMech separated by, like, what was already battle ready in my scheme and the other things I need to work on. So I took that list and I put it in a box and was like, "God, that's a lot of shit."
Okay. Yeah. See, so that's probably right above scintillating then, right?
I
And
think it is
then
above scintillating, definitely, yeah.
so then we know at that stage it's between Shadow Demons, which you like and are good. You've played it a lot, but you
Enough.
haven't had an opportunity to play Cabalite before it's really well known yet,
Right.
which is always nice. That's always a
Which is
benefit too.
cool. Yeah.
So
I think
that's
it's
my take on it.
it needs the most painting, but it's
Ugh.
still not a ton.
Okay.
It's I need to paint 10 warriors and the hand unit, so I have 20 infantry that I need to paint.
Okay. Then if we're thinking
Um,
about like if you're want to give yourself the most time to potentially put in a few more games to have more thought behind the list and doing stuff,
mhm.
I think you play Shadow from like the adult perspective because most of it's pretty much done, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about it.
I think the only thing that I actually it's like a unit of cultists and the chaos jump lord are the only things that actually need to be finished. Everything else is at least battle ready.
Okay. And then I mean that seems to me like the most obvious choice.
Mhm.
But if you really wanted to, jump into what sounds like to me what you want to play, it's
Mhm.
the Drukari.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's fair. And I think there are still some change like I'm not like married to this list. Like it was a weird one where like I was making the list and I was like, okay, well I want 2 Hellion units if I'm going to do skirmish units. And then if I'm going to do bikes, I also want 2 bike units, but I can't afford 2 Hellions and 2 bikes.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, I guess it's 2 Hellions, 1 bike. But like I don't even know that I need that. I don't know, because there is I think it's 20 points, it might be 25. There's a enhancement for an Archon that gives his entire unit deep strike and a free ingress,
Oh, that's
which
nice.
when he's leading Hand of the Archon is
Juicy.
really cool.
Yeah.
He can also just lead Incubi and I can just rapid ingress behind a building.
Goopy.
So,
Cool. While you were going on and thinking, I wrote an Ultra Bar list.
yeah.
It's called Ultra Bars.
Oh, Ultra Bars, yeah.
Ultra Bars. We're gonna start with a Captain in Gravis armor with armor of Antonius because that's an equal and fair model to run around and
Hmm.
never die in the corner of the
Armor of
board somewhere.
Antoine, yeah.
Down with the comedy because who needs originality? Marnius Calgar because he's the king. Reboot Gilliman because Double Oath is fucking bananas. An Intercessor Squad because why ever leave home without him? 2 Rep X's, each with the big gun. 1 Victrix Honor Guard, 6-man, of course, to hang out with Marnius Calgar. 2 Vindicators, 1 Wardens of Ultramar, and a Calidus Assassin. I'm pretty sure that list fucks.
I'm pretty sure it's
I
pretty good.
don't have to paint but like 6 or 5 models to make that thing happen. It's pretty good.
That's like nothing.
I know. It's just
Like
it's
you
just
don't have to
these
paint
guys.
anything.
It's just these guys who are ready for their yellow.
I don't even know what that is.
These are wardens.
Is it?
Wardens, yeah. A lady with a pot, a psychic thing,
Oh, yeah. I forgot they have weird stuff. I was like, that's not Space Marine sized.
and then another lady with a stick, and
Yeah.
then a blade guard, and then a guy with a cool hat.
Sure.
And then
Gotta have a cool hat.
a guy with a cool stick. And then a banner. And then Titus would just go on the display because he's Titus.
Sure.
And
He's
not
here.
in the
He's
list
just
because
watching.
he's Titus.
he's a watcher.
He is. He's straight up a watcher. Anyway, Ultra Bar sounds like it's a lot of fun to play. So we'll consider it. Anyway, I think that does it for today. We'll get closer to narrowing down lists next week, much to our great disadvantage because most of our listeners come out of Real Deal.
I don't. Yeah. It's not going to change what I play.
No. But is there anything else you want to bring up before we depart for the day?
If I drop the Hellions, it's just a 3rd Archon and 3rd Incubi unit.
I think that sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah. That's what I was like. I looked at it and I was like, oh, it's an exact 1-to-1 swap.
You mean the math is perfect?
The math is perfect. It's still 2,000 points. That's crazy.
Pretty good. Anyway.
Anywho. Yeah.
Anything else to tell everybody?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we're
well,
good.
In that case, I'd like to first thank our patrons for joining us. We appreciate you. If you would like to support us in any financial way possible, you can join us at the Patreon at the Yop. Link will be in our bio. Thank you for everyone else just giving us a listen. We really appreciate that. And if you could share us, that means more than anything else out there, because it gets more people listening. And if you like us, let other people know about us. Thank you. We welcome your questions, your suggestions, your comments, and topic requests. Other than that, we'll see you next time at the Yop.
We'll see you around.